Tonight, the vice presidential candidates will be squaring off for the first time. Republican incumbent Vice President Mike Pence and the Democratic nominee, Senator Kamala Harris, will be taking center stage at 9 p.m.
It's the only debate between the two vice presidential candidates this election season.
The nation will be watching as Pence and Harris will be discussing critical issues.
At 8 p.m., we'll be speaking live with a representative from the Trump campaign. But right now, we're joined by Michigan Lieutenant Governor Garlin Gilchrist II. Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
All right. You have run statewide here in Michigan. What are you going to be looking for tonight's debate?
I think Senator Harris is going to make the contrast abundantly clear between her and Mike Pence, between Joe Biden and Donald Trump, that this current administration is dangerous for communities across Michigan and across the country, particularly Black communities in places like Detroit. And they're going to make sure that it's clear that the Biden-Harris administration is going to be looking out for people, taking care of people, not only when it comes to COVID-19, but also how to respond to the economic challenges that communities in poverty and communities of color face every single day.
Of course, the economy on the minds of so many people right now during this pandemic. Another topic that may come up, federal stimulus negotiations, they're still up in the air. How can Michigan support families who are struggling?
Well, we're doing everything we can, Governor Gretchen Whitmer and I, to make sure that we're advocating for the federal government, the Trump administration, to get to work. You saw that the president told his negotiators to stand down and to no longer negotiate for stimulus until after the election, which is an abdication of responsibility that we're seeing from Republicans, from Donald Trump all the way to Republicans in the Michigan legislature. And unfortunately, though, he tried to negotiate by Twitter at the middle of the night. It just shows that he doesn't take the needs and priorities of the American people seriously, and he's only worried about himself and not Michiganders, not Detroiters, not you.
All right. Now, during these difficult times from the pandemic, we saw the loss of tens of millions of jobs. And although there has been somewhat of a rebound, we're still down, millions of jobs compared to where we were earlier in the year. Is Lansing and our Washington, the two capitals, doing enough to help people in the city of Detroit and in the state of Michigan?
It's true that this pandemic has seen particularly our smallest businesses, our businesses owned by Black entrepreneurs, have been struggling the most. Black and Latino people have been most likely to get their hours cut or laid off. That is why our administration at the state level has been working to provide small business resource grants and making sure that those businesses of color are applying for PPP loans. But the truth is, the Trump administration, the Senate, led by Mitch McConnell, has failed to act on behalf of the American people. The United States House of Representatives, which is led by Democrats, has passed stimulus legislation that has died in the Senate. The Trump administration refuses to negotiate on. So Republicans have failed the people, failed the economy, failed on the coronavirus, and Democrats have a plan to fix it for people and for businesses.
Obviously, they're taking some precautions tonight due to the COVID-19 outbreak at the White House, the president testing positive and some 20 others. And do you think COVID-19 and how it's being handled at the top level is going to play a big part tonight in the debate?
Absolutely. This has always been the defining characteristic of this campaign, and it has been the defining failure of this presidency. The fact that it puts front and center that this administration cares nothing about people. They took no care, took no precaution, that Donald Trump is a super spreader of the coronavirus. He's the embodiment of the danger that his administration's failures have created for people's personal public health and the public health of the nation at large. So I expect Senator Kamala Harris to really, bring Mike Pence to task for being the head of the White House coronavirus task force. That has been the #1 failure in this administration, and has led to the loss of 200,000 lives, the loss of, more than 6,000 lives in Michigan, the loss of 23 people in my life personally. That lays at the feet of this administration, and I think Kamala Harris is going to hold him accountable for that.
Lieutenant Governor Garlin Gilchrist II, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you, everyone. Be safe. Please wear your mask.
Thank you.